What did Darth Vader really do in his so-called free time? Did he miss Padme? Did he ever wish he could undo his past? Did he regret betraying the Jedi Order? And did he even know what resting was? When he wasn't crushing rebellions or commanding fleets, how did the Dark Lord of the Sith truly spend his hours? And what secrets filled the silence alone between battles? In this video, we step into Vader's rare moments away from everyone and uncover all of his secrets. One of Vader's most crucial and frequent off-duty activities was meditation. This wasn't about finding inner peace or clearing his mind. It was a brutal, necessary ritual designed to deepen his connection to the dark side of the Force. More importantly, it was a constant, internal war to keep the ghost of Anakin Skywalker buried deep within his consciousness. He would spend long, isolated hours in his dedicated meditation chamber. This chamber, often found within the imposing obsidian walls of his personal fortress on Mustafar, was a vital, almost sacred retreat for him. His castle on Mustafar, strategically built atop an ancient Sith cave, the very site where he suffered his catastrophic defeat at Obi-Wan's hands, was a potent nexus of dark energy. Here, Vader could remove his iconic helmet, a rare and deeply vulnerable act, as he was only able to breathe unaided within the sealed chamber. Immersed in the oppressive atmosphere, he would plunge himself into the darkest currents of the Force, drawing immense power, seeking twisted insights into its mysteries, and continuously hardening his resolve. Every session was an active struggle to reinforce the emotional walls he had built around himself, fueling his terrifying might. Beyond the mental torment, Vader's physical existence was defined by agonizing, unyielding pain. The horrific burns and injuries sustained on Mustafar left him critically dependent on his elaborate life support suit. To manage this relentless suffering and literally stay alive, back to therapy was an absolute necessity, a grim and regular routine woven into his schedule. Vader would frequently submerge himself in large Bacta tanks, the healing liquid gently bubbling around his ruined limbs and severely scarred flesh. These were not moments of comfort or relaxation, they were agonizing sessions dedicated to slowly, painstakingly repairing the damage to his remaining organic body. During these treatments, he could remove his mask, allowing the liquid to sustain him and offering a fleeting, suffocating silence from the omnipresent hum of his respirator. Yet, even in this vulnerable state, the constant pain and the crushing weight of his past would often surge to the forefront of his mind. And when he wasn't immersed in the tank, the complex machinery of his suit, the prosthetics, the breathing apparatus, the numerous cybernetic implants required meticulous, constant checks and careful maintenance by his dedicated medical droids. It was a tedious but utterly essential process to ensure the very survival of the Sith Lord. Despite being one of the most formidable Force users in the galaxy, Vader was relentless in his pursuit of even greater power. His downtime was frequently dedicated to rigorous physical and Force training, whether practicing his unique, aggressive lightsaber forms against advanced training droids, or pushing the boundaries of his terrifying Force abilities like telekinesis and Force choke. Vader was constantly refining his combat prowess. This wasn't merely about maintaining proficiency, it was fueled by his insatiable ambition, a quiet, hidden desire to grow strong enough to eventually challenge and perhaps even overthrow Emperor Palpatine himself. Parallel to his physical training was his obsessive study of Sith lore and the deeper mysteries of the Force. Vader was a profound scholar of the dark side, meticulously poring over ancient Sith holocrons, forgotten artifacts, and forbidden texts. He would travel to ancient Sith worlds like Malachor, or continue to reside in his fortress on Mustafar, a powerful nexus of dark energy, tirelessly seeking forgotten knowledge. This intense research had a profound, secret purpose. Vader was utterly consumed by the desire to cheat death. He desperately believed the dark side held the key to true immortality, not just for himself, but driven by the agonizing personal hope of resurrecting Padme. Canon comics vividly depict his desperate search for forbidden rituals and powerful artifacts, even venturing into terrifying unknown realms to explore every possible avenue for achieving this impossible goal. Much of Vader's free time was, in fact, a direct extension of his role as the Emperor's chief enforcer and the supreme executor of his will. He was deeply involved in the oversight of crucial Imperial projects and the ruthless enforcement of discipline across the vast galactic empire. From personally inspecting the construction of monumental projects like the Death Star, ensuring no delays or inefficiencies, to intervening directly in situations where Imperial officers or regional governors failed the Emperor's expectations, Vader was a constant, terrifying presence. His mere arrival instilled crippling fear throughout the ranks, and his swift, brutal justice, often involving force chokes or lightsaber executions, ensured unwavering obedience and efficiency throughout the vast Imperial machine. He also tirelessly pursued his grim personal crusade, the hunt for surviving Jedi. This was a mission given to him directly by Palpatine, but it was also profoundly personal for Vader, serving as a perverse form of atonement for his past. Even when not engaged in major military campaigns, he, often alongside his specialized inquisitors, would relentlessly track down, confront, and eliminate the last scattered remnants of the Jedi Order, extinguishing any glimmer of hope for the Republic's return. This tireless pursuit was another chilling manifestation of his twisted devotion to the dark side and his complete violent rejection of his former identity as Anakin Skywalker. Occasionally, in the solitude of his meditation chamber or during the painful immersion in a Bacta tank, Vader would experience brief, agonizing thoughts and memories of his past life as Anakin Skywalker, of Padme, and of all he had lost. These glimpses into his former self were sources of profound pain and regret, but they were typically quickly suppressed or violently channeled by the overwhelming power of the dark side. He would use this anguish to fuel his rage and reinforce his commitment to the Sith. These were not moments of respite or peace, but rather fleeting, torturous insights into the tormented soul beneath the mask, quickly snuffed out by his iron will. Perhaps, had Darth Vader found just a little more genuine free time away from the Emperor's relentless demands and the Empire's grind, his story might be different. Imagine if, in those quiet, unburdened moments, he could truly look within, confront the horror of his actions, and analyze his fall from Anakin Skywalker. Such honest introspection, untainted by Palpatine's influence, could have potentially pushed him to turn against his master far sooner, perhaps finding a quicker path to redemption. But, tragically, this remains only a compelling what-if, a glimpse into an alternate reality.